It's amazing to observe how many firms, celebrities, and individuals are prospering financially in this day and age, when the national debt is gradually growing every second. Their experiences and backgrounds surprise us, mystify our imagination, and sometimes even ask the question our assumptions. Facebook began in 2004 as a simple technique for Harvard students to communicate online and establish friends. And since then, the social media powerhouse has grown to a $340 billion company that currently serves billions of people around the world. But how did Facebook get them in this position? How did some of the most common people gain from its expansion? Where does it stand today? And where will it be in the future? Here now, we examine the growth of a social media empire that shows no signs of ever fizzling out. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. In the year 2004, Mark Zuckerberg, a Harvard sophomore, hacks into the Harvard student database to obtain access to ID photographs in order to develop FaceMash, an online version of a hot or not type site for Harvard students. The site immediately gets popular with over 20,000 views in its first 24 hours. But it's quickly taken down. Zuckerberg would ultimately reorganize, rebrand, and relaunch his product, which would eventually extend to other Ivy League institutions, and then to other universities under the branding of being only for students to interact through a college networking platform. The website exploded in popularity and quickly established itself as a potential competitor to MySpace, a broad and diverse, accessible platform where users could communicate with one another, customize their content, and expand their public image. Accel Partners, a venture capital firm, gave Zuckerberg's company a big boost in 2005. Accel put $12.7 million into the network, which was solely available to Ivy League students at the time. The site's numbers of members grew to over 5.5 million users by December 2005, due to Zuckerberg's firm allowing access to additional institutions, high schools, and international schools. Other businesses became interested in advertising and marketing on the famous social platform, and the site began to grab their attention. Zuckerberg firmly rejected down offers from Yahoo and MTV networks because he didn't want to sell out. Instead, he focused on expanding the site, opening up his project to outside developers, and adding more features. Facebook is now open to anybody and everybody above the age of 13, and a new entire notion of business pages is starting to develop. The site is no longer only for friends. It has evolved into an online hotspot for trends, fashion, business, celebrity gossip, and much more. MySpace and Google begin to take note of their early goals. In fact, it's been claimed that Zuckerberg tried numerous times around this period to sell Facebook to MySpace founder Chris DeWolf for increasing amounts. DeWolf, on the other hand, didn't seem to acknowledge the usefulness of the social networking site and stuck to his own agenda. An expensive blender, Facebook will eventually attract twice as many visitors as MySpace. DeWolf bowed out to News Corp, which basically ruined the MySpace brand, while Microsoft purchased a relatively tiny share in Facebook for a price of $240 million, giving the company an implied worth of a little over $15 billion. By 2010, Facebook's reported worth sat at just $41 billion, cruising towards its way to becoming a publicly offered stock company, and once the IPO hit the market in 2012, Facebook officially joined the Fortune 500 company club, setting a record of 460 million shares. In a spark of entrepreneurial brilliance, Graffiti artist David Cho was later hired to paint artwork on the walls of the first Facebook headquarters. Cho decided that rather than being actually paid for his ongoing efforts and expertise, he would try to take stock in the company, saying that Facebook was pretty useless at the time and that the stock was only worth a few $1,000s. But when Facebook went public, the stock he bought made him a nearly instant multi-millionaire with a net worth of over $2 million. Today, Facebook has over 1 billion users worldwide, and the majority of its revenue comes from ads. The site has over 3 million active advertisers, with more than 70% of them originating from outside the United States. Profile names, news feeds, the like button, chatting, streaming video, places featured, tagging, the option to follow individuals to keep up with them, trending reports, and so much more are all part of Facebook's ongoing effort to enhance the user's experience. The site currently has a net value of $340 billion, and Zuckerberg is worth $501.2 billion at the age of 32. Not bad for a kid who dropped out of college to start a new website, and it makes you wonder what you've done with your young life. So guys, that was all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you loved it, make sure you hit the like button and tell us your opinion on the comment section below. See you in the next video. And finally, thanks for watching.